Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time and depending when you're going to be seeing this video. It's your boy Cos Reps Corner. Like I always tell you guys, it's my corner, it's your corner, and it's a corner.
I don't wanna fall in love, I just wanna have some fun, yeah. I don't wanna fall in love.
Few days ago, I shared a video of this our brother, melanated Ovia Sobo. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it well, but if he's melanated, like I normally call him melanated, he's the person you are seeing on black beret on top of this picture here, where he accused the government of Edo State, headed by Senator Mondayokpebholo, telling him that he made a false acclamation or attestation about an investment of $200 million with Euro ICC or so. This particular man brought the thing to our limelight that there was nothing like that. And the man has always been there to settle the issue and give us proof that nothing like that happened. Now, see what happened. Now, the government have been informed that something like this is going on. Although, the government have not posted an official statement. Now, what they are using to do is they're using people to give their update. Let me not drag it. I'm going to share you 3 videos. This is a 3 video in one. Please sit back and listen to the breakdown. It might not be in a particular order to you, but I know why I shared it in this pattern so that you will understand. Okay, let me not drag it. Okay, I want to say I want to thank you for always watching my content. I want to appreciate your love and the care. For those of us who want to subscribe or follow us on social media platform, please I beg you subscribe to our channel, like, comment, and share so that we can move this ministry to the permanent site. Come on, next time to see me on screen, guys. I leave us with this video of our brother who said something about the Edo State government and the $200 million Euro ICC or ICC contract or investment that is coming to Edo State, or that he claimed is coming to Edo State. Please give me your comment, your reaction, your opinion after watching this video, and please let's continue the comment in the comment section.
We'll come to some of these other things,
yes,
but let me just focus on that $250 million investment deal, which you say doesn't exist and has alarm bells ringing for the people of Edo State. The government may not have officially responded to you, but I mean, individually they have said, I mean, journalists have made contact with them, including those from Arise, that your position is driven by politics, not facts.
Well, if the opposition is driven by politics, not facts, then show us the facts.
So let me clarify this. First, it was not the opposition party that discovered irregularities with this so-called $250 million deal. It was me. I noticed the red flags. I followed the trail. As we say in journalism, I followed the money and conducted an investigation. Now, secondly, this is not politics. This is evidence. On record, Euro Africa CCI's own deputy chief of staff told me clearly no deal was signed with the Edo State government. Listen to his own words.
The deal has not been signed. You have been misinformed.
You heard him, right? So when they say it's opposition politics, let's be clear. This, for me, as an Edo and a Nigerian citizen, is not politics. This is their own representative contradicting the government's claim. He said, without any ifs or buts, that no deal whatsoever was signed. Now, how clear enough can that be?
We're going to bring 10%,
Yeah, but
we're going to give them land.
The thing has been reported on sort of the Ministry of Information website and all the rest of it, which suggests that the national government has seen whatever it documents. You may not have seen it, but the national government has seen it and has put his imprimatur on it.
Now, this is very important because Charles is right about one thing. It was reported on the Federal Ministry of Information's website. He's so right about that. But here's the catch. That's exactly where I got my information from. I didn't invent this. I didn't rely on gossips. I read it directly from the Federal Ministry of Information's platform and the Edo State government's own Facebook page, then the question is not about me. The question is, who is misleading Edo people? Because Euro-Africa CCI's Deputy Chief of Staff says no deal was signed. Meanwhile, Edo State government and even the Federal Ministry of Information published that a deal was signed. Come on, man. Both cannot be true, right? So which one is it? Who is lying? Euro-Africa CCI or Edo State government? So which one is true?
What is it that you found out about Euro-Africa CCI's capacity and track record that may be causing concern for you?
Now, this was a crucial question, a very important question, and unfortunately, the opposition guest didn't answer it properly. He mentioned that Euro-Africa CCI's website email bounces back, which is true. He also said their website has crashed. That part is half truth, right? The site did crash briefly. But let me just set this record straight. It actually went offline when I was on the phone with Euro-Africa CCI's representative during my investigation, because I was trying to find out something. I discovered the page was down. But after that, after the interview, I realized the page came back online. So it wasn't permanently down. It was down for a while, then it came back online. But here's the bigger issue. What the opposition guest failed to mention is that this same organization had already announced another multi-million-dollar project earlier this year. Yes, you heard me right. In June 2025 this year, Euro-Africa CCI publicly declared that they were investing $300 million in Nigeria's agricultural sector, cocoa production and ranching. And they said this project would run between June and December this year. Now, I asked them directly. I asked the Deputy Chief of Staff. I asked him about this supposed $300 million agricultural project.
So the questions is why should Edo people believe this 250 million deal signed in September if the accountability of this 300 million from June, if it is still very shaky? Yes.
The deal, you have been misinformed.
Did you hear that? Now, instead of showing evidence of the $300 million project sites, financiers, contractors, he started talking about some Navy Admiralty Farm initiative. But that's going to be another video, right? But I asked him, where is the cocoa farm? Where are the ranches? Where is the $300 million? Because if Euro-Africa CCI cannot account for the project they announced in June this year, 2025, then how can Edo people trust them with another supposed $250 million deal in September?
Well, let me just say that in keeping with the best principles of journalism, the government of Edo State have an absolute right of reply to these allegations that are being made by the Edo State PDP. So you have a right to come on this program and respond to the things that you're hearing at the moment. Please continue.
Now, I have to pause here because, with respect, this framing, I find it misleading. It's misleading. This issue is not about the PDP. It's not even primarily about party politics. It is about Edo people, ordinary citizens who deserve to know the truth. Now, when Euro-Africa CCI's own Deputy Chief of Staff says no deal was signed, that's not a PDP allegation. That is a contradiction of fact. When their official phone number connects to a random woman in Ibadan who spoke Yoruba in D minor. That's not a PDP allegation. That's a verifiable discovery. So, with all due respect, reducing these concerns to PDP allegations is not accurate at all. And frankly, it undermines the voices of Edo people who are demanding transparency, the voices of Edo people who are apolitical. Because let's be clear, right? The people asking questions here are not just politicians. It is journalists, citizens, and Edo people themselves. And we are not doing it for politics. We are doing it for accountability. So let me be clear. This is not about PDP or APC or PDAPC. This is not about opposition politics. This is about truth. It is about accountability. And it is about whether Edo people are being told facts or being fed fanfare. When journalists reduce this to politics, they miss the point. When government hides behind silence, they betray the people they serve. And when organizations like Euro Africa CCI contradict the very deals announced with fanfare, then the only responsible thing to do is to demand answers. Okay, I watched the interview on Arise TV yesterday between Charles Aniagolu and Ogbede Sibo about the Edo State's government claimed $250 million deal with Euro Africa CCI. To be honest, it was an important conversation. However, there are some parts of that interview I want to respond to, because Ogbede is from the opposition party, yeah? But it was clear he struggled with some of the questions, maybe because he hasn't investigated as deeply as I have, because some of the questions, some of those same questions are questions I already asked Euro Africa CCI directly, and I have answers. So let's go through them together, okay? But before we go through those questions, let's start with Charles.
If somebody says they checked,
Yes.
and comes up with their own assessment based on whatever colorations they have, you're the constituted opposition.
Yes.
Did you check?
Okay. Well, here's the truth. I'm that someone Charles meant. And it's not coloration. It's evidence. I'm the journalist who carried out this investigation, and my findings are based on direct evidence. I spoke on record with Euro Africa CCI's Deputy Chief of Staff, who categorically said, amongst other things, that no deal whatsoever was signed with the Edo State government. Listen to him.
You have been misinformed. The deal have not been signed.
Now, this is not opinion. This is not coloration. This is documented evidence. Now, here are the facts. I spoke directly on record with Euro Africa CCI's Deputy Chief of Staff, who said no deal whatsoever was signed with Edo State government. Then, I also traced their website. It was only registered in March this year, on the 10th of March, 2025. I called their official contact number, and it connected me to a random woman in Ibadan who had nothing whatsoever to do with them.
I don't speak English. Speaking English.
But it shows that you guys are in Abuja, and this is the number for Euro Africa CCI.
Then their advisory council includes a man who do not acknowledge any affiliation with Euro Africa CCI. Then, importantly, their early $300 million agricultural deal never materialized. This, my friend, is not coloration. That is evidence. Now, I understand he was trying to challenge the opposition by basically implying, don't just rely on what people outside government are saying. Did you, as an opposition, also verify? I understand that is what he was trying to do. That is normal in journalism, to push the opposition to show their own credibility instead of simply quoting others. However, by framing it as whatever coloration they have, he directly downplays my investigation as if it could be biased or colored by my personal perspective.
And comes up with their own assessment based on whatever colorations they have.
Now, that phrasing sounded dismissive, suggesting my work might not be objective, even though I literally spoke to Euro Africa CCI officials themselves and presented hard evidence. So yes, his language carried an undertone of minimizing my work by implying someone with their own coloration rather than an independent journalist with evidence. You see, when the media ran with the headlines, they were repeating government press releases. But when I checked, I found contradictions and silence. That's investigative journalism, doing what the media should have done in the first place. So for clarity, to make this clear, my findings are based on direct interviews with Euro Africa CCI officials, public records, and documented evidence. So this is not coloration, it's hard evidence. Okay guys, I want you to watch this very short video. It's an ITV Independence Television interview with a senior special advisor to the Edo State government and another person. I think he's a member of the opposition party. So watch this video. You know, like I told you, the Edo State government has still not made an official statement, but the senior special advisor has something to say on behalf of the Edo State government.
How do you defend the fact that he said this deal is a sham?
Mr. Philip, you see, in this platform, there's an NBC code that is guiding us, and there are words in quotes you cannot use. There are words in quotes you cannot use to describe a government, a personality, or issues. You see, let me tell you, those who live in glass house, they don't throw stone. Because when you throw stone, you don't know what will happen. Yeah, but I want you to be objective. Just go straight. Of course, you see, he said this Zoom investment is a sham. You see, that is how can you defend the government of the day? Because we are about this. That is his own opinion. You see, the role of opposition in politics, in consonance with global best practice, is opposition. They are made for constructive criticisms. But it's very, very on the contrary what we see in Nigeria today. When you are in power, you work for your principle. When you are not in power, you strategize to work ahead of time so that you can reorganize your party. It is not by coming to social media or coming to TV station as reputable as this platform where we are to make statements that you cannot substantiate, statements where you don't have statistics, statements that are frivolous. It's an aberration. It's uncalled for a personality of my colleague and my brother and my co-discussant here to make such statement that Edo State government is a frivolous government, is a Zoom investment or whatever. It's a by and large. You are even rubbing it in the more.
Because I expect you to talk about, you know, defend the state government on that investment. How tangible is that investment? Because he made some critical analysis which demands some scrutiny, and I was expecting you to talk about the fact that the investment is tangible and produce some evidence.
See, let me tell you, Mr. Philip, you see, by the grace of God, even before signing MOU, this present administration has been able to win the minds of the electorate in terms of critical investment, in terms of human capital development, in terms of infrastructural programs and policies that are not what elephant projects, not projection that Edo will be like Johannesburg in 2030, Edo will be like Singapore in 2050, as it were. Today, you can see Edo, most of infrastructure and most of sectors that were being comatose in Edo is working again. And this investment drive, this MOU that was signed.
The deal has not been signed. You have been misinformed. Because I believe you yourself have not took time to listen to what happened in Glasgow, because what you are working on now is what you see, maybe the write-up you see those boys are doing in BD. That is what you're acting on.
It's an MOU where developmental partners, Edo state government, went abroad to woo them with about $250 million. And these dollars, according to my principal, my boss, the commissioner for information, in the last exco, he made a critical analysis about this partnership. It has to do with today. If you look at Edo State, if you look at this year budget, you will see what was accruable to agriculture. This is a government that is responsible, a government that is people-centric, a government that have what it takes to take Edo into political Eldorado. By and large, I'm not true. You will see today, if you go to a central admin government house, Edo state government has procured mechanized agricultural implements that we are going to use in 3 central districts. But the question is about this investment that he alleges as Zoom investment. Good.
Yeah, because $250 million, you know, it's expected that we should see, you know, clips, we should see meetings, you know, that brought about that development. But before I come back to you, let's get to you, Ahmed.
And those government made a publication, they failed to tell us that guy, their investor, appeared in that meeting with Zoom. It was somebody who sent me that video from Italy. I published it on my Facebook page. People will go and watch it on my Facebook. That's why I later got to know. Someone from Italy told me that the guy came via Zoom.
Okay, you were told. You were told. But don't forget, some meetings can be in closed doors.
A man who wants to give you $250 million does not have transport to come to Glasgow.
Must the MOU be done in Glasgow?
No, it was OKPEBHOLO who took it there. OKPEBHOLO could have done it in government house. Would have invited the man to government house. If OKPEBHOLO was in government house and the guy used Zoom meeting, I would say, okay, he didn't want to get it to fanfare, he didn't want to spend our money. You know how much you used to hire private jets that took him to Glasgow? And then you spent over 3 weeks, you're almost 3 weeks in Glasgow, and the guy eventually joins you with Zoom. See, let me see, we can begin to deceive ourselves, but these things are not substantiable. They are not substantial. Let me tell you what the trick is. People ask to say that the man say he wants to bring his money. Somebody asked me, even if the man is fake, why don't you wait till he brings his money? If it's not fake, if it's real, we'll see the work. If it's fake, we'll not see.
Time will tell.
Yeah, time will tell. But the trick is this: for somebody to come and invest such amount of money, $250 million, they will call counterpart funding. He will, after I don't say they will give him land. They don't say they will give that. I'm just assuming, because those are not told us what they say will give them.
That money is coming to Edo State. When the state make their own, because it's going to be PPP, maybe the state will make their own contribution, either in land, provision of the land, or where those investments will be sited, and all those things. They will not enter a proper agreement this time.
Edo State government must make a financial commitment of at least 10% to say, oh, this man is bringing $250 million, we will bring $25 million. In the initial money they will bring in, Edo State government must pull out their resources and support them. That is where the scam is.
You heard them, right? You heard the both of them. I will leave you to make your own opinion. Although this is not the full video, it's a very long interview. I actually cut out that part because it highlights the whole interview. So you make your own opinion and see how the state government actually takes us for fools.